Hey there, tarot friends. Happy Thursday. Welcome to our first official recurring Casual Thursday. As you all know, we've done this a couple times on a Thursday when there's been a holiday or I had an appointment. And now that I will have appointments every Friday, we are switching our casual time to Thursday at 9. So thank you for being here. I see people talking about working and listening and getting heavy snow. So let's go back and see who's here. Good morning, Mel. Or she is here working, listening. Isabel, multitasking here too, working, eating late lunch, listening. Internet restored today, though. That's always a great feeling to have the internet come back. And today is a work day for me, but I either use some of my lunchtime because I rarely take an hour. Like, what am I doing? I'm just at home. So anyway, between like some lunchtime and flex time, which I have a lot of this week because things have been so busy. And then by the time I hear back about something, then I just, I want to finish up what I was working on. And once I get the go ahead, then, the other night I was working till 6, 6:30 even one night. So I digress, but you get the point. I'm happy to spend my little break time here with you all. Heavy snows where Mel is. Joey Luna's here. Happy Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Isabel just refilled her coffee. Everybody sip with me. I've had a couple, but not many. And Kelly Bear is in the house. Oh my goodness. Welcome, friends. Well, where we go? Oh, here's Jamie. Oh yes, Jaime, Jamie. Everyone's saying hello. Diane, where? I see people saying hi. Okay. Oh, there she is. I think I thought you were Jamie because I just see the W and I'm like scanning. And your names are about the same length. So good morning, Diane. Okay. Jamie's waiting on her coffee. Usually it comes just a little bit after we get started. So basically what I wanted to do today was show you, sorry, itchy nose, allergies, all the things. So the day after I saw you all last here, I think, it was either that afternoon actually, or like the next day I went out to the mailbox and I had 2 new things, both of which I had kind of mentioned. One thing that I bought secondhand, which is one of those, this happened a few weeks ago too, right? With Voyager that I got from Jennifer King and the Carol Hertzer deck, this little mini, it's just so amazing. So I feel like a little bit like I'm repeating myself, but these are for a couple other things that I've been wanting for a long time. So they were both in the mailbox either that afternoon after I was talking to you last or the next day. So we did go over, when Regina was on with me on the 30th, I showed a bit of the Star Codes Astro Oracle, which is super beautiful and great for a beginner or an intermediate or even an advanced student of astrology. Really beautiful cards and useful things in there, 56 cards. So anyway, I did show a little bit of that, but what else I had ordered at the same time. So this was, I used my Christmas money from my mom to get the Star Codes. And then I also used that money to get the Greenwich Oracle. So I bought both of those from Barnes & Noble. This one wasn't here. This is the one I was kind of laughing about with Orshi, because I had watched her 6 month in, I've spent 6 months with these cards and here's what I think kind of review. And she was having some problems with things that seemed to be like discrepancies in the book or things that were not really clearly explained. And I did read through the quick little intro given here, and I will talk about that a little bit. But anyway, Orchie does love the design and the art of the cards, and so I think that she's still using them anyway, even though the meanings, the keywords may not have matched up really like she thought they might. But anyway, we'll talk about that and why I'm so excited about this deck. And then the other thing I got, which I bought secondhand from Sherry Griffin on Tim and Allen's Tarot Marketplace, I believe it was. And I just wanted to say, I like to give those shout outs because I've purchased from her secondhand before, and she's amazing and really easy to work with. And she has sent extra gifts both times. Not that like gifts are necessary, but I think my little shell dish I moved, so it's not going to be in reach. But I know I've showed it before. I actually don't remember what I bought from her probably a year ago, but I remember the gift she sent. I have a lot of decks. And she sent another gift this time. She sent a little amethyst, which was in the picture of the cover photo for this. So what I bought from her was the Antique Anatomy Tarot Ephemera edition. This is the first edition. There's no guidebook with it or anything like that. And as much as I've watched Kim at Abundant Life Tarot, I don't know the details about that. I might have to buy the current kit that's available, the current edition of this, which is available mass market, but no longer on the creator's website. There are other things like the Oracle on the creator's website, and I want those things pretty badly, but I need to wait a little bit. Basically, I might just be buying the current kit so that I have a book because again, Kim at Abundant Life Tarot has done like a group study on this on her Facebook page and on her YouTube channel. And as much as I've watched her, I want to see like a walkthrough or a side-by-side of the different editions, but I'm so happy to have the first just because. So I need to do some more looking into this, but I knew I wanted it, if that makes sense. So because I've seen other editions, I just don't have them all distinctly like categorized in my head. So I see people coming in, so let me go back and say hello. Heather's here. Good morning. Alex is here. Hello. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm just babbling, so you haven't missed much. I'm just kind of giving the preamble of what we're going to be looking at today, among other things, I'm sure. Our Simon's here, not feeling well, so we hope you're doing better soon. And yeah, hopefully you're through the worst of it. Alex says, Jamie, I love you, homie. Okay, so also, I see there's 11 people in chat, so I don't know. My friend Josh from like 3D World that I know in real life, my friend Josh might be here today to chat with us. I just gave him the little like insider. I don't really promote my channel a bunch in some circles, and my Facebook has like a ton of people on it, so I don't like post things there usually. Anyway, it's not a huge deal, but yeah, I'm rambling about nothing. Josh and his mom, Barb, have subbed to my channel now, and so they might be hanging out with us sometimes. They're very awesome. I used to dance with Josh, and maybe someday we will do that again. And he is super amazing. And I don't know if he just got his first tarot deck or if he got a new one for Christmas. Maybe he had one before. I know his mom has one that I've given her, maybe two, and then a couple Oracle decks, I think. So anyway, he was gifted a deck for Christmas, and we were just talking about it yesterday. And then I was like, why don't you come hang out sometime? So anyway, a long story short is that one of my IRL friends may be popping into chat at some point. So let's take another sip. I'm a little manic. Someone's saying hi to Pamela, who I missed. Please hold. Oh, there we go. Hello, good morning, and Happy New Year. Look at that cute photo. I love it. Okay, I also have to say, I've been trying to catch up on some videos. Joey is making a deck, right? Did you all know this? Okay, so I believe as of right now, it's not something, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe right now it's something that he's making for himself. Though I have seen some of the comments on the couple videos that I've watched about it that people are saying, I would be interested in this. You should, make it available for printing and make playing cards, things like that. So just so you know, that's something to keep an eye on. It's following like Portuguese tradition, which I didn't really know anything about, like history of tarot, and yeah, really interesting stuff. There are dragon cards for each suit as like part of that Portuguese tradition, and an extra court. So I don't know. It's amazing. Go check it out. He says his progress has been going really quickly. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to send you down that rabbit hole in case you don't know, because I don't always watch videos like in sequence. I'm all over the place. I'll watch something you put up a year ago and whatever. So sometimes I miss these things and I'm like, wait, what's he talking about? So then I went back a video and found out when he announced that. So please check out Joey Luna. This is the point of this ramble. I was like, oh my goodness. Adult Alex, hold on. Oh, okay. Alex says, guys, I bought my first camera ever in life this morning. Oh my goodness. I shall use it for vlogs and YouTubes and a video podcast. Adulting actually can be fun. Yes, it can be. Yes, you are creating the life you want, and that is amazing. And congratulations on a camera purchase. Deanne, you are so good on the StreamYard. Oh my gosh. I am learning to use it, but it's weird. Okay, well, I think you narrowly missed a month or so ago when I had 3 people trying to tell me how to use the countdown feature. So you are so sweet to say that, but trust me, I watched like the first few minutes of the live you did the other day, but I got sucked back into work, and so I need to do that. But congratulations on going live on your own, and it seemed great the first few minutes that I could watch. So yeah, definitely just learning. Even though I've been doing this a year now, the lives, I mean, I got so fed up with the technology of my GoPro and editing and downloading and all of that. I just started going live. So maybe after my baby time off, I did do the one hashtag how I use Oracle. So if you want a pre-recorded, camera down, me actually talking about cards and showing you how I read and how I use Oracle, which was a tag started by Chris at Elemental Cartomancy, you can check that out. That was maybe a month ago now. Okay. So anyway, Jamie says, I'm looking forward to the vlogs. Joey Luna has awesome videos. Yes, he really does. Adulting is never fun. The eternal Peter Pan here. Beth is here. Hello. V Loving Tarot. Hello. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Thursday. Heather says, I'm still learning StreamYard. Yeah. Yeah, very welcome. So let's start. Let's start with Antique Anatomy. So again, this is one that has just always kind of called to me. And I thought, you know what? It came up from a trusted person that I know, that I purchased from before. And again, I've had 99% of my interactions with buy-sell trade groups on Facebook have been positive. But, you know, if I'm going to spend, you know, a little bit more on something like this, then I really want to be sure. And so again, just like with the Voyager coming up, that Jennifer King was selling off, I thought, you know what, this is my time to do that, because we're buddies, and, you know, that'll be great. So anyway, the idea of this deck, let me show you the box because it is the first edition, Antique Anatomy Tarot Ephemera Edition, by Claire Goodchild. Her company is called Black and the Moon. So you should check that out, by the way. So here's the box. Claire Goodchild. Here's what the sides look like, just in case there are phonies out there, which I'm sure there are. Now you can still buy this mass market. The kit I was talking about that I probably will get so that I can have a book. And it does fold down. So it's $10, but it folds down to help you get in there a bit. And then the backs look like this. I don't know if I'll edge it or not because the front is so light, but maybe I'll do like a light edging, like a tan or something. I have not had time to edge anything in a long time, but just as a note. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I started watching one of V's videos yesterday too, and then I was like ADDing on YouTube yesterday. Oh yes, Beth sending well wishes to Simon. Oh, Isabel got some Legos for Christmas. Yes, it's good. It's good. Like, I sort of feel like tarot is, or any, you know, cartomancy is in some ways like a childlike thing, right? It's sort of like a toy. I mean, I revere my cards, but you don't have to. Like, that's, you know, it's whatever. But they're very special and sacred to me, but they don't have to be, right? And I don't mind calling them little bits of nostalgia. Like, playing cards were a big part of my upbringing and everything like that. So in a way, I mean, I feel like those of us who have our little toy collections are, you know, what I'm trying to say is I feel like tarot people are probably more inclined to purchase or be gifted toys and kid stuff, right? Because we're fun people, is what I'm trying to say. Joey says, Isabel, I'm only making one RWS Portuguese cards tarot hybrid. It will still function as an RWS. Yes, good question. I missed that question, but yeah, definitely check out Joey's video to get the details. So there are a couple extra things in there, and you know how I love extra. I'm just extra, I guess. But yes, you can pare it down to be just like an RWS that you would work with. I should have said that. I guess that's really important to know. Oh, a kit lens. I don't even know what that means, but look at that. So fancy. Oh, did I miss Debbie? Oh my goodness. Debbie, I'm sorry. Hello and happy Thursday. I'm so happy you're here. Y'all are talking a lot, which is great. That's what the chat is for. So chat away. But sorry I missed you, Debbie. Jamie says, I received several decks yesterday, and one of the decks was a gift from Jonathan, and I didn't even know until last night when he asked if it arrived safely. Oh my God. See what happens when the mailboxes start filling up. Alex says, I love Claire Goodchild's work. I love this version, but I have the mass market regular. Oh, see, if it's in the Alex keep pile, y'all, you know it's good. Joey says, I only have the Arcana astrology cards by her, but I absolutely love them. So yes, I have Compendium of Constellations, which I bought secondhand. Maybe that's what I bought from Sherry Griffin before. I don't know. But, and I love those. I love the aesthetic of it and everything. And that's another one with all the different editions. So this person tweaks things and changes things and has new editions, right? And then sometimes I can keep track of those things, but with her, I just can't really well. So like even my compendium, I'm like, I wonder, is this the first thing? Is this the second thing? But yeah, I do wish creators would leave up like an archive on their site to show, especially with like fake decks and stuff going on. I wish they would, they could have it in a big sold out section so people aren't upset, but it's like, here, my library of work, I would love to see that with like, this is what the box cover looks like. This is what the card backs look like of my first edition A. This is what third edition B deck looks like. Do you know what I mean? I wish that were a thing. But yeah. Beth says, I like to look at the Enchanted Forest before I go to bed. It's like reading fairy tales when I was little. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, definitely. Like Rackham Tarot that I flashed a couple weeks ago when Mel was talking about getting that. It's just, yeah. Oh, Jonathan sent to Jamie the Earthcraft Oracle. The colors are so vibrant and amazing. I don't know if I know that one in particular. Alex goes to find a walkthrough. Gerald is here. Hello. Happy Casual Thursday. Okay, and Joey says, I saw Compendium of Constellations over at Richie's at Longman Tarot. I really want them. See, and I haven't seen that video. Isn't it crazy, all the videos? Oh, I'm sure I'll be catching up on lots of things. Just wait for the binge, because when I found TarotTube after I had Max, probably 6 or 8 months later. It was like late summer, early fall. And that's how I found Simon and Kelly Bear and Becca, and the other two in the beginning were Maven Unmasked, who Simon has mentioned before is one of his earliest tarot tubers that he watched, and Imogen Walters. I did see Maven Unmasked do a video a month or so ago, I think. Imogen has not made content for a couple years now, but her stuff is all still up so far as I know. Anyway, that's how I got into all this, because I thought, I can't really do my own tarot stuff right now. So I'm sure there's people on YouTube talking about tarot, right? And I thought that I wasn't going to like how people were talking about tarot on YouTube. And so I was so pleasantly surprised to stumble into this group. So that's how it happened before. And what I'm saying is, don't be surprised if after I have this baby in February sometime, right? That you see me popping up with comments on your old videos, because I went through, much like Shauna did, Shauna at Six of Wands, and I watched, so I would watch a current thing from Simon, and then I just started going way back and watching all the videos, and I would listen to them as I was doing my crazy commute every day. And then when a new one would pop up, I'd watch the new one, but then I'd go back and continue on my Hermit's Cave journey. So anyway, just know when I'm in the fourth trimester after having this baby, and I'm just awake a lot, sitting in a beanbag holding a baby, I will be bombarding your old videos. Yes, a backlog binge fest, because it's crazy the things we miss. Even if we think, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what they're up to, I know what they're all about, and then you find a little pocket of stuff you missed. It's like, oh, let's dive in here. So Beth says, the first content creator I found was Ethany. The second was Becca, and she was on a rant about those cheeky teenagers. Hysterically funny. I was hooked. Yes, I've also talked about the very first time, Simon kept mentioning Becca. It was something else then. Before Becca Talks in Tarot, it was like Becca XO, something. It was a different name. So Simon kept mentioning, Becca amidst mentioning other people. My brain's going. I'm sorry. It's all going. Baby's brain is developing. It's taking all my powers. It's fine. Oh, Simon says, I got a comment from Shauna this morning. See, on a 3-year-old video, it made no sense as I couldn't remember the context. I know. When I do that, I try to put a little something in there, but yeah. Becca Night Owl. Oh, yeah. I think that was right. I think that's right. So, anyway, the first time I went to a Becca video, she was standing up and messing with Swine Cam. That's what she called her old camera. Remember that? Anyone? So she was standing up and messing around with it and just cussing to beat the day. And I was laughing so hard. I was just losing it. And then she gets all settled and, continues talking. And that was just the perfect moment to meet Becca. So anyway, let's look at some cards. So we have coins in this deck. I believe the flowers are all different on every card, just as we have with the New Choice Tarot de Marseille, right? Which I'm a sucker for. And so that's another reason I would love a book if they're even the same. If this deck is the same as mass market, I don't know. But I love all those, the florals and the different meanings and that association tied in there with it, right? So we have coins instead of pentacles, elixirs instead of cups. And I have heard Kim at Abundant Life read through some of the things because she, again, has a whole series on this deck. So I know a lot about the deck, but I still would like to have, a little text of my own. And I know that I love the words by this creator. So I would like to have that. Rods are wands. Justice. So the idea is here that we have human anatomy next to the flowers. Oh, Kelly Bear with the info. The book doesn't go into the flower meanings. Okay. I'll just have to learn the things. Maybe that'll be a project. Like some of them I know, but not very many. The Sun. Judgment. I just really love, like the darker, because there's like this, I guess, like a death association with it, but I mean, it could also be seen as like a birth association. I don't know. But I like how that like darker / death aesthetic is paired with the florals because it's not done in like an over the top, like grotesque way. Like, I just think everything's really beautiful. That makes sense. Blades for swords, and we have different rods and blades and different elixirs and coins too. I think that's why another reason it's so interesting. I almost just said it feels antique-y. Well, it's the antique anatomy. So. Oh, my words. The Wheel of Fortune has one of each suit represented around. Oh, there's daisies, my favorite. As opposed to the fixed signs that we would usually see there. Elixirs again. Yeah, it's just, there's something simple about it, but it also has two things layered together. You know how I love just the balance of everything. Like, it's still really clean, but there's a lot going on at the same time. Ooh, look at those. So yeah, I'll have to do an update or find someone that's down to host me one time so I can update y'all before I post one of my own. Oh, for sure. I don't even know what you're talking about, but yes, I'm sure anyone would like to have you jump on with them. I'm not surprised you like this one, a fellow Spooky Bee. Yeah, I just really, it's just great. It's really well done, I think. The coins with the beautiful yellow and purple. What I should do is a layered reading with New Choice and this. All the flowers. Bring me all the flowers. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Yes. The blades. I'm sorry. This is the king. Elixirs, just beautiful. Oh, look at the death card. That's nice. That is nice. So yeah, Oracle of Oddities. Is that a different one? So there's Memento Mori, which is still available on the site, and I think that's my next acquisition. And the general expansion pack is sold out, but the Ancestors one is available. Ooh, I could see myself like wanting. I like the set. I like to have the collection. It's a weakness. If I really like something, then I pretty much have it. I'm a very lucky girl. Okay. But I also work hard. So a lot of times my client tarot money or my other side gig money goes to, that reminds me, I'm owed a paycheck. Please hold. My other money goes to this. Tarot Passion. Money from, I won't say who, I'll just write it down. I'm sorry I'm doing this right now, but I'll forget. I need September, November, December. Okay. Because then I could get my little Memento Mori, okay? I don't usually hound for that, but I do my job and I want to get paid. Okay, here we go. Donna's here. Happy Thursday. Oh, Mel, I just remembered that you said earlier, I love all cards. And that, yes, my friend, when we were talking about kid stuff and toys and all of that. Oracle of Oddities is out of print. Okay, that sounds right because it sounds familiar, but I'm like, that one's not there right now. That's the favorite of Alex. So that's Alex's favorite Oracle by Claire Goodchild. I had Memento Mori, but gifted to someone who bought some decks and did some magic work for me. Very nice. So yeah, this is one, like if I could just have all of them, I probably would. Anyway, just a few more here. We have the Empress, the Magician. This is the cover card. It's just beautiful. The Elixirs, so 10 of Cups. Okay, so you get the idea, right? Beautiful, simple, something different. Here's our devil. So yeah, just look at the cute little skeleton. Okay, here, I'll show you this too. The Page of Coins. Look at his cute little skull. Okay. Oh, the Fool is really nice too. Let me show you this. We'll end on this note. Boop. Okay, so there's that. Just wanted to show you a bit. Yes, Mel. So I usually will get, now just on general Facebook Marketplace, I have never purchased a deck there, right? So if you just go to your Marketplace tab, now it's kind of confusing because sometimes you will get tuck box. Okay, I'm going to try to be just level-headed like Chris Kelly and be like, well, if you slide down these first. Okay, see? Sometimes you just have to channel your friends. I love that Chris made a video about why are you all so crazy with a tuck box rage? But he didn't say that, of course, but I think that's what he's thinking. But that was so nice of him to take the time to do that and give some helpful hints because honestly, I never even took the time to think about it because I get so mad so fast that my cards are getting ruined that I just can't even problem solve like that. So thank you, Chris, for your level-headedness. Scorpios are problem solvers, you know? Okay. So to answer Mel's comment, I don't use the general tarot marketplace because if just Sally down the street is selling a deck, every time I've looked at those, the prices have been way too low, and I look at it and there's a QR code, or, you know, they say scan this to get the guidebook. Those are, unless it's coming from the creator's mouth, like that's not a real deck, right? So what I do is go to Tim and Allen's is probably, so most people post in Tim and Allen's and somewhere else this is what I found, right? So let me pull it up just to make sure I have the right name. And Jennifer King, who is a buddy of mine, is, I see people saying hi to Nancy, so hello, Nancy. Tim and Allen's Tarot Marketplace. Is there any information on here that I don't see? No. Okay, so it looks like this: buy, sell, trade with the money, and then Tim and Allen's Tarot Marketplace. So this is a legit group. There are really awesome admins in there, and this is where I typically buy from. There are some others, maybe like Tarot Buy Sell Trade or something generic like that. And those are good too. Basically, if you search some groups and you see that I'm in it, or you see that, you know, maybe Simon or Patrice or someone like that is in it, then those are good. So yeah, that's where I go mostly. And again, I see most people posting in Tim and Allen's and then the other groups. So I basically, when I'm just in the mood to search around, I just go to Tim and Allen's first. Heather says, I have this thing with used decks. If I don't know the person, I will buy brand new. I feel like that sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. But then like with Sherry Griffin and with Jennifer King, who I know from chats and everything like that. And she's an admin who helped when I got scammed the one time in a buy-sell trade by someone using different names and things like that. She helped a group of maybe 6 or 8 of us get our money back or get our decks or whatever. So that was really cool. So I definitely understand what you're saying. Sometimes I'll just go for it anyway, because I don't really I feel like I can clear that energy. But when I do, quote unquote, know the person, it's an extra little bump. And I'm like, oh, bye, because I've been waiting for that. And it's just the right moment. So that's how I do it. Gerald says it's a long video at Donna Riedler. I hope you're getting something out of it. I think we're talking about word of the year. But I just laugh because we're like, oh, it's a long video, like saying about our own stuff. But people love it. And I actually drew my card during that video. And I could show you that if oh yeah, it's right there. Hold on. Okay. So the other thing I wanted, my word is structure. That's what I drew, and it's a beautiful card. I also drew a couple other things actually before that. And so I did a little walkthrough reading with myself during Gerald's live with Richie and Ben for word of the year, because I didn't want to discard the first 2 cards I actually drew, but I had a Jilly moment and I was like, no, give me another one. But I incorporated those first 2 and they make a lot of sense. But I kept asking my deck, okay, I get it. I get what you're saying. I understand that's going to happen. The first one was actually obstacle. The second one was attachment. And the image looked semi-dark and made a lot of sense about like family dynamic and like giving birth soon and like all of that. And so I'm like, okay, no, I get it. That's going to be that this baby is going to be the biggest part of my year. I understand that. And that brings obstacles and attachment. Like, I get it, but I'm like, can I please? And I was listening to chat and stuff. So then I was like, okay, it's all spiritual for me. So I said, guides, I understand and I appreciate what you are saying. And I'm preparing myself for that. But could I please have a brightness? Can I have something to work toward or an answer to these things? Okay. I'm not denying obstacle and attachment. I didn't go into this in Gerald's checks. I did not want to take over the whole thing. So then I drew structure and it had a rainbow. Let me just try to find it since I'm down this conversation anyway, right? Ooh, sitting at the kitchen table with tea and book of maps. That's like magic. You know, those like memes and stuff online that say like, what would you want someone to whisper in your ear? It's pretty close to that. It's pretty close to that. So I used, if you still don't have a word of the year, I did this on the 4th or whatever. Oh, is my child yelling? Is this going to be like old times when I have to get up and leave? Oh, man. Yeah, structure was a good word, but I drew other things before that, and I was, I said, please show me something else. Okay, so it's right here. So here is structure. I love that it has the 6, well, there's more than 6, but the 6 small, like marbly looking triangles, right? Because I love a 6. All my names are a 6 in actual number, not in numerology. So here's structure. And I feel like this will be a good before and after, before the obstacle and attachment, and after and during the obstacle and attachment, that this will be my helper. I'm like, I just need a helper card. What? You know, I'm not denying these other things, but I need something to pull me through that. Okay. So on that note, though, this is a very great deck, single words, and it's very balanced with light and dark, right? So, Donna, heck yes. See, you don't even have to ask for a do-over. You can just incorporate it. So I've made it a 3-card reading, really, with the movable structure. So my structure is going to be the past, the present, and the future, really, with attachment and obstacle in between. So this is Claire Mac Arts Illuminated Earth. It's a really beautiful deck. I've said before that if I had this sort of artistic ability, that like this is the deck I would make, much like Moonlight Tarot would be the tarot I would make if I could draw and paint and do things like that. I'm not saying I can't, but I mean, not to the point where I can make a deck, okay? Like, where is obstacle? So there are words like grief, source, separate, combustion, right? Let me show you some of these. I have a flip through, but it's not most of, like, you'll have to check out my old lives because we often will go through a deck, but I don't have it in the title. So just so you know, it's really beautiful. Really, really is. And meaningful. I feel like I say it's beautiful a lot and it's like, well, so what? But for me, it's beautiful and meaningful. Somewhere there's an obstacle card. So here's attachment. This is the second one I drew. And you know, it looks, you know, there's some binding around this person. But for me, like I like compression, and I like, so that binding wasn't really dark to me because it felt like secure almost. But then here, like when we're holding, it looks like this made me feel like delivering a baby. Okay. So that's what came up in my head. And I'm like, okay, yes, I get it. So not that this is a bad thing, but I wanted something that was all encompassing, that wasn't just about the baby, even though the baby is going to be my primary thing for this year, right? I just wanted more. So I would say, Donna, yes, you can add and then choose your word, right? You can add a bit to the reading and choose the word. And you all know from being in archetypes, when I draw cards and stuff, cards come up like really literally for me. So like we'll be talking about the forest and archetypes, and then I draw the forest from Zane's Oracle deck, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but like, could you tell me? So like when I'm happily sitting there in Gerald's chat and I was like, obstacle. Okay, it's fine. And obstacles are not a bad thing. They're going to happen. But I just wanted like a guiding light sort of card. So really, here's my words of the year: obstacle and attachment. And I drew attachment without really asking for another thing. I drew it really quickly after obstacle, and I was like, come on. And then it gave me attachment. And I was like, huge. So Structure, I would probably do it like this. Structure is going to help me prepare and manage obstacles and attachments. And in the midst of it, structure will give me that pause, that stability. And as a result, the structure will be my reward at the end of it as well, right? So that's that. And that's how I did my word of the year. And so this is my triad of words, but structure is my answer, right? Oh, Gerald likes that visual stacking. That's how I tend to kind of integrate all those things. Bye, Heather. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, please share your words if you like to. We're taking a little intermission from Dex. Mel, this is not the Greenwich. Good question. I know that's what we're supposed to be talking about, but I got sidetracked. This is the Illuminated Earth Oracle by Claire Mac Arts. I also have the Faceted Garden. They're quite similar. I love them both. I recommend them both. They're very good. Balanced. There's hardly any people in them, which I love. Nancy's word is focus. Regina's here. Hello, happy Thursday. Oh gosh, I didn't even ask you again because Thursday is a day. I'm so sorry. Oh, but she just got her car inspected. I feel accomplished. That's amazing. Great work. Oh yeah, Donna, for sure. Yes, triad of words. Okay. So now to talk about the Greenwich a little bit before we finish up here. And yeah, so Orshie's walkthrough I thought was hilarious. Her review, I should say, her 6-month in review. She wasn't super pleased with, and I will say again, she's like, I'm not trying to be mean. The book is not aligning with the cards like I thought they would, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people appreciated her thoughts and her review on that, you know? So let me move a little bit here. Okay. The belly, do we want a baby peek? I might as well, right? My share move. Okay. I've got books and everything in the way. Here's baby belly. So I'm due February 19th or thereabouts. Hi, baby. It's kicking, but it's way down here. So anyway, that's what the belly's looking like these days. Leggings of the day, some green flower pattern. Oh, with the triangles, like my structure. Doesn't match my shirt. This is what I always look like, in case you're wondering. Mismatched, comfy clothes. Doesn't matter. Okay. Greenwich Oracle. So there was one, and I wanted to look it up before I got on here, and I did not have time. There was one where she thought the spell in the book was actually the wrong, like matched the wrong card. I flipped through and I didn't find it. So I wonder if there has been a change since Orshie's, but I don't know. So anyway, we'll talk about some of the things. The cards look like this. First off, I think they're beautiful. I love that, speaking of Ephemera edition, I love all the little ephemera around in the background. Again, it feels clean to me, but a lot going on, right? So we have the element, the zodiac, little stars and symbols going around, right? Did I put them back in order? I did. Or I kept them in order, actually, in my flip through. So Orshie talks in her video about communication and why is communication tied to peas? Like, she's like, I don't understand. There's no explanation for this, right? Like why it was chosen. And she said, and also to me, it just doesn't say communication, right? So all I can reconcile is that, because that's a fair point, I don't necessarily need to know, but I get how it feels maybe a little disconnected. So communication, and then a communication spell, right? So the book is laid out really nicely, I think. We have the keyword at the top, and then the plant, and then there's a little the Latin name, and then a quote, and then oracle meanings, cultivation, how and when to plant the thing. So it's really good if you're trying to get into gardening and make that part of your practice, part of your ritual. It tells you when to support, or sorry, I'm reading, when to plant things, what kind of temperatures they prefer, if they need a sheltered position, all of these different things, right? So there's a lot of information in here. And then there are magical correspondences. So under magical correspondences for peas, it says uses, communication, openings, money, love, messages. Deities, Mercury, Venus, Aphrodite, celestial, Venus, astrological sign, Pisces. Now, it doesn't say why those things are there. But then you do get a communication spell, and it tells you, you string a blue thread through a couple of peas and attach it to a paper, attach the paper to a tree. This opens communication. So I'm like, okay, but where does that come from? So in the beginning, this is by Sherilyn Darcy, by the way, and she explains that I filled this deck with plant magic and guidance from my gardens, journals, and experiences to enhance and inspire gardeners and garden dreamers alike. So I don't know where she came up with this spell for peas, right? I would assume that it's just what she has created for herself, and now she's putting it in here. So, right, it's coming from this person's journal and from their experiences. And so I think it's just, there may not be those like quick associations that you think like, what are peas having to do with communication, right? Peas, maybe peas in a pod talking. That was what I thought as well. Bye, Kelly. Thank you so much for being here. We miss you, and we hope you are doing well. Get some rest, and awesome to see you. Yes, and or she said I was annoyed because I thought I bought this to be more Greenwichy, right? And like, it's just, if you get something that doesn't really meet your expectation, then it's totally understandable that it's like, this isn't what I wanted. Oh, peacock leggings on today. Oh, Joey, love my flannels too. Yes, flannel is the best. Jamie snuggled in PJs, and this is exactly what I slept in, so I'm wearing my pajamas literally right now. Okay. So there's that. I don't super care what's in the book, and also that pretty much works for me. Like I will just take it as is. Like it doesn't need to be more explained to me, but again, I can understand how she's like, okay, so part that I was cracking up, she was like, broccoli, why is broccoli leadership? Just because it looks like a leader? I don't know why, y'all. I started laughing so hard with Orshie's annoyance. She's like, why is it the leader? Okay, amazing. So this pumpkin card, this is the number one reason I wanted this deck, because I love pumpkins. They're my favorite things, my favorite object. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so anyway, I thought the whole thing was beautiful, and then when I saw the pumpkin card, I was like, oh shoot. So we also have more like flowering things like chives. There are elements, they're separated into categories in the elemental distinction. So if that's something you like in an oracle, which it is for me, like suits or categories, we have like some flowering things, memory for rosemary, things like that. Regeneration. I like the keywords, even if they don't readily make sense to me when paired with the picture. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, it helps me to think there are lemons for cleansing. It helps me to think like this is from this person's gardening grimoire, right? It's from their journal. It's cool that there's a spell with everyone. So no, energy, I know from like essential oils, that citrus is for energy. So some of these things are making sense to me. And I just assume, I'm like, well, some of them I just probably didn't know, or maybe it was just personal to that person that tomatoes are love. I don't know. But, or she is right. And then it doesn't say, I chose tomatoes to symbolize love because this, right? So that's not there. And that kind of disconnect might really be problematic for some people. Healing, geranium, that's beautiful. Okay, so, or she says, for me, the love spell is mismatched. Oh, right, because was it money? I kept looking for money spell. Oh, no. The love spell is mismatched. Okay, so I have love up here for tomato and love spell. And sorry, baby. And I want to say that, or she's had money in there. So I think there have been some sort of shifts and changes happening. Okay, so see, perfect example. Joey says, yeah, keywords, damn it. Keywords make sense to me so far, rosemary and memory for sure, right? So there are some more that to me are, I shouldn't say basic, but like that I know, and some that I'm like, oh, okay, I just don't know that probably. Jamie says, I don't care for incongruent decks where stuff doesn't click and make sense on a basic level. This deck is pretty though. And so that's the thing. Like for me, I am not a gardener in any sense of the word. Black user. Yours says attract money too. Right, but then you had a money spell in particular, right? So I'm thinking that some things are going to be included beyond like the one basic word. 73. Yeah, prosperity. Oh, right. In the okay. Thank you, Orshi. So under love spell, it says attract money into your home or business with this simple spell. Okay. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for this part to be different and not this. And I'm like, oh, mine is different. But no, it does say, like as the subtitle, attract money into your home or business with a simple spell. Now, place a perfect green tomato in a green bowl and set it on a shelf. Shower it gently with gold coins and say, money rain upon us now. Set a green candle on either side of the bowl and light them. Leave the candles until they burn out and eat the tomato when it's ripe. Okay, so yes, there's a money spell that's only about that kind of abundance for the tomato card. For the love card. Maybe this Bia's trying to get married, okay? And she needs I should say, and they need money for a wedding, okay? I'm just kidding with you, Orshi. She's like, your sex attract money too. Y'all, please honestly watch Orshi's video because, again, there's room for all these opinions. When she got to the broccoli part, I lost it. Why? Why is broccoli the leader? Okay. Like I might, I don't know. I just love that so much. Okay. So there are some issues. I'm sorry, I just can't stop laughing. You're gonna have to check out the video. Isabel says, this deck is pretty, but I don't think I would get much out of this deck. Phew, bought too many decks after watching these lives. Isn't it nice when you're like, oh, I don't need that? If tomatoes is love, what do they put for apples? Ooh, good question. Let's have veggie trivia, fruit and veggie. I might appreciate that when I'm stoned. You might appreciate what? Hold on. This deck? Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, Patrice is being funny too. Are you all just being funny? And I'm missing it? A strange thought I can't get it out of my head now. Take me to your broccoli. Okay, yes. I can't stop laughing about it. You all have to go watch Orchie's video, because just the way she says it, oh my gosh. Okay. I cannot. No money spelled, just abundance. Okay, so let's find out apples. And what Mel's talking about she might appreciate when she's stoned. This deck, again, I don't know. I might have missed something. Oh, look at marigold for positivity. Okay. The first thing I ever did in school, in kindergarten, day one, was plant a marigold in a little styrofoam cup. And then we got to take care of our marigold and watch it grow throughout the fall. And I was like, wow, I love school. Okay. But I mean, I love school anyway, but it was my first day. I didn't know. And I planted a marigold and look how beautiful. Oh, I can almost smell it. Positivity. So that's perfect for me because of a personal thing. Oh, what a happy day. Kindergarten. Okay. Refinement, the dahlia. See, that makes sense to me. I love that. Again, maybe just for personal and like pop culture reasons. Let me find apple. Is there an apple? Don't even know. Grapes, strawberry. Oh, apple is continuance. Continuance. One that seems weird to me that I haven't looked at yet is banana for duality, because it's like a bunch of bananas. And so I'm thinking, like, I almost wish it was just one banana on the picture. Like, that's tripping out my brain a little bit because I can think like the peel and the inside, which like everything has, but this is like a really distinct and separate, the outside and the inside, if that makes sense, right? That we can peel away easily with our hands. So I'm like, okay, that's duality, but then there's like a bunch of them. And I'm like, that's more than one duality. But I don't know. This is just, that's the one I might change. But aside from that, like everything's feeling pretty good for me. And I basically wanted this because it has the zodiac associations, which I love. So I can use this for timing or different seasons if someone's asking about how long something might take, and just the keyword that is there, whatever it is, regeneration. And I'm like, cool, it's tarragon. Like the tarragon doesn't have to mean anything to me. This part, I just love the artwork, and I can use the element and the word and the zodiac. And so, full disclosure, this is just a pretty deck. I shouldn't say just. I was drawn in because of the look of it, and I just love everything that's layered on. You know, I use the oracle numbers, even though it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it does. The zodiac, the element, the word, right? And I can learn. I did also think it was cool that there were spells in it, even though I'm not going to be gardening, but I would use those spell ideas. So for me, that's why this is a great deck for me to work with, because I don't do a lot of spell work. I have a couple really basic things I do, and these seem like simple enough things where I can kind of work that into my practice more. So that's for me why this is great. Let me. No. Oh, continuous. Look at, or she's on it. Attract a rich lover, kill two birds with one spell. Yeah, that one is really weird. I know. You know what we should do? We should find the creator on Instagram or something. Let's contact her. And please, let's get a love spell. Beth says, I love reviews when the reviewer is annoyed. They're always hysterical, unrelatable. Like, and for real, I was still so excited. I watched Orchie's video while I was waiting for this deck to arrive. But like, I still knew I was going to be really excited about it. And yeah, and it's totally not about that. Like I've said before, when Robin, Toadstool Tarot, has made comments about things before, and I just crack up. Like the one Lenormand card, maybe from the Rana George deck, which I don't have, but I have the book. He was like, there's like a black baby in a cup, like a black, like a silhouette solid black baby in a cup on a roof of a house. And just the way he said, he's like, what is this about? You know what I mean? Like it, I just, oh, I love it. Doesn't matter if it's something I love or not. Look at Isabel's like saying, or she, maybe the spell will bring you a rich lover and combine the two aspects. Yes, here's Orshi 6 months in. And it's great. It's not, Orshi, she's not bashing anything. She's just like, this really just isn't, there's a disconnect for me, and I thought, and that's a great way to say it. It was really funny. Why is Broccoli the leader? Like, I might clip that out and like make it my ringtone, though I never even have my phone on. So, ooh, here's Regina with an info for us. Tomatoes used to be called the devil's apples, I think because they are in the nightshade family. Mm-hmm. Look at that fun fact. I'm talking way too much. My throat is like, it's not hurting. It's just ucky. Oh, Mel did that too as a kid, but my marigold never got color in the flower. Oh, interesting. Bye, Donna. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to wrap up here soon so I can get on with my work day. Okay. Yes, and Orshi does love the artwork. I did feel bad though, Orshi shows her cute little journal with like the notes in it. She's like, so I started making these notes and then it just wasn't like happening for me. So I felt bad. Isabel, where's my mouse? Isabel says why the other symbols on the card as well as the flower. And this is something Orshi was, I think, kind of getting at too. Like, what is this symbol? Like, what is this for? And it might just be like shit thrown on a card. I don't know. But like, I love that. I will make it mean something. Okay. So this is another thing. Like that is totally my tendency. So yes, there is a pink rose for gratitude. When people, like decks that have existing artwork and people say, oh, they just made it fit the tarot, you know what I mean? And I can absolutely understand how someone would be like, no, thanks. And I'm like, yeah, try to make it work. Like, tell me what you think this picture would be in the tarot. So it's totally understanding. Pink rose for gratitude. So there we have it. Card 36. So yeah, that's my fun. I don't know. I just had to share. Or she says most of her spells seem unmanageable for me, so maybe it's better this way. Oh, I've only read a couple, so I don't know even to say. The baby in a cup. That day was so funny. Oh man. And then I told him, I'm like, Robin, and now I've seen that Robin has now made a deck disappointments tag. I don't know if he started it, but I want to watch that too. But I was like, Robin, you need to start a series about like, and he calls himself the card curmudgeon. So I'm not like being mean by any means. I love Robin. I'm like, please do a series where you just look through whatever deck and just let your unfiltered stuff come out. Some people are just so funny to me. It's a beautiful deck, no doubt. Yeah. And it's hitting all the like lovey Libra spots in my soul about like, it's pretty and it has stuff around it. Sometimes that's all I need on a Thursday. Oh, nephew time, have fun, Orshi. Thank you for being here. Okay. Pink rose on the deck, someone, yes, or she's on it. Hey, Kristen, thanks for hanging out with us. We're just wrapping up here and having a great time on a Thursday. Maybe broccoli is a leader. Maybe the golden ratio number thing. Each tiny part is the same as the whole vegetable, like an expression of the cosmos. Joey Luna is here for making things make sense, and I love it. So I do need to read. Let's read about broccoli, and then we'll go. I'm sorry to hold you all here. but I'm just having a great time. It's time to take initiative and step up. Health improvements and physical gains are all on offer. So that could like make someone strong, like physically strong. Broccoli is like super fortified. And so maybe there's like this, right? I'm just kind of scanning. Broccoli is best grown in cold and temperate zones, blah, blah, blah. So again, if you're trying to garden, like, and make this a magical thing, this is great. But yeah, there's not that broccoli is the leader because, right? Libra and Gemini are the astrological signs, or she was saying, I don't get why Libra and Gemini are the leaders, but I see them as leaders, right? A couple of the air signs and being diplomatic or seeing both sides of something. Libra and Gemini have those sort of in common, though they're typically expressed differently. Gemini might seem a little more like hot and cold or like quick to switch something. But where I see Libra, my sun sign, as like a little more flow and keeping things kind of smooth, but I see them as really great leaders. So again, if it doesn't click with you, that's cool. If it does, it does. Jupiter and the moon, these expansive, empowering celestial bodies to me, so that makes sense. Basically, there's enough here for me to kind of work through it, and it's quote unquote reading okay for me, right? And again, beautiful, and it feels really good to me, and it has a pumpkin card, and I love all the extra sparkle all around it. So there's that, and yeah, thank you for hanging out. Perhaps broccoli is about seeing the forest instead of the trees. Oh, look at you. If broccoli is president, then Brussels sprouts are vice president. Okay, see, I love this. We can take this so far. Broccoli magic makes me think of Saturday Night Live chopping broccoli. Okay. Out of my head. Oh, there we go. Dana Carvey's rock ballad chopping broccoli. This is amazing. That's dinner sorted. Yes, it's always okay, Regina. You can, with orchestra. Oh, shit. Oh, fractal broccoli, says Pamela. This is amazing, you guys. Okay. With orchestra at Regina Tarot? I know, that's what got me. I'm crying. Okay. You all are amazing. Thank you for hanging out while we went through a couple treasures, Antique Anatomy and Greenwich Oracle, with a little word of the year from Illuminated Earth mixed in. I give this was hard not to have in my only 10 decks, right? And I would have mixed together Fractal Garden and, is that what it's called? Faceted Garden. I said fractal because Pamela. Faceted Garden and Illuminated Earth I would have mixed together and put in my 10. Like, I love this. So just so you know, I'm giving that 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up as well. Okay, I think that's it. Off to work I go. Had a really productive work day yesterday. Going to finish up a few things today before I'm off again tomorrow for a baby appointment. Thank you so, so much. I love you all. You make my day. And I will see you again next Wednesday for archetypes. Thank you all so, so much. Have an awesome Thursday.